everyone, it's Steven and Mom from Tostemac, and welcome to another Tostemac Podcast. On these podcasts, we talk about all kinds of things, but today, we're just going to take a look back at the year 2022 in terms of things we've accomplished, and talk about what to look forward to in 2023. So, this has actually been quite a year, hasn't it?
Oh my.
Oh yeah, lots of stuff.
Oh my.
And it's like, each one of us has had our own fulfilling year, I should say. Like for me, in terms of the YouTube channel, we went over 1,000 subscribers, which is a really big deal for more reasons than one. The first one is the community posts have been unlocked, so that way I can give all of you updates, the same ones that I give to ones on Facebook and Instagram. So that definitely helps to bring everybody up to date on what's coming next in terms of content. And also, we're at this point where it's like the channel is gradually growing a bit more faster. And we actually retain the subscribers too, which was one of the big things I was worried about early on. Because before 1,000, it was every single week I had to make sure a video was up, to make sure to not lose subs. So it's had to be every single week. Go, go, go. But now we're at the point where if I needed to take a break, let's say to work on a big project, or if I'm just having anxiety problems, which I had earlier this year, I can take a break for a few weeks and not worry about the channel dropping, because there's plenty of content on the channel now where it's there's plenty to watch if there's not any new ones available yet. Not that I'm trying to make excuses or anything, but just saying. But the other thing is that this YouTube channel has also opened doors for a bunch of other things as well. I've started to do podcasts this year. It's going well. And I went to RTX for the first time, which was...
You enjoyed that one.
Oh, yeah. That was a bucket list thing where it's I got a chance to meet some content creators that I've always looked up to for so many years. And it was... I did a full podcast on it already, but the short version is it was awesome. And it also taught me a few things about how to be a better content creator, making better podcasts, never settle for the first draft, do research on a subject, see if there's any current events on the topic you're talking about, stuff like that. Stuff to make the podcast seem more professional instead of just pick a topic and just talk about it.
And bring Mom in. That makes it better all the time, too.
Yeah, that too. It's usually better when it's not just you doing the podcast. But there were also other opportunities as well. We started working with some groups like Wellsprings and... Best Buddies, yes, and Guiding Bright Minds. Actually, Best Buddies was the one that got me introduced to those other groups in the first place. Short version is, I met them at a friendship walk, made a video for that event, and they were like, hey, we could really use your skills on a project. So I got to work on a project alongside the Best Buddies Champion of the Year fundraiser, which... definitely one of the biggest undertakings I've ever done. Made a podcast for that too. It's just, ugh.
Wow.
It's very fulfilling, but I'm very glad that part's over now.
Me too.
Yeah. So I definitely had a lot going on this year, but I wasn't the only one, right?
No, actually, so let's just keep it with the son. So the next son that you know of is Thomas. And today was an amazing, amazing day for him. Today, Thomas graduated with his bachelor's degree in innovative science.
I think it was either that or innovation in gaming. I think
that was it.
Yeah.
Innovation in gaming.
And this was at the time of this recording. Yeah. So it's a big day for him, and it was one of the reasons
for
why...
all of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And it was one of the reasons why Thomas hasn't been showing in as many videos as we would like to have him in, because he's at a point where he's graduated now, and now he's at the point where he needs to look for a full-time job.
He's available, folks.
Yeah.
He needs a job.
Oh, I thought you were talking about him getting a date.
Both.
Oh, wow. Way to really put it out there.
I'm a mom. There's no pride here.
So yeah, Thomas needs to focus on getting a job, earning some pay, and really making a name for himself in the adult world now. Like, I would love to have him in content, and I try to get him in whenever I can, but I don't want to be putting the channel or content creating ahead of what he needs to do to make his own way in the world. I'm not going to let anything get in the way of that. So,
and he will.
Yeah, and coming next year, we'll make sure to have him in some videos if he has the time, but he has his own set of priorities.
Adulting.
Yeah.
So, and then there was Dan. There's Daniel, our oldest son. And Daniel also is doing quite well for those of you that know him. He works in a business, in the automotive business, and so he's been quite successful this year. And he's got some plans coming up for the new year, but we're going to save that because those are his plans.
Yeah.
Then I've had some big adventures actually this year. Done a lot of traveling. Been to Michigan, Maryland, New York.
No, seriously,
Las Vegas.
We've probably seen her suitcase just as much as we've seen her.
Exactly. And
but that wasn't the only thing, right? You weren't just traveling, but there was also something else with scouting, right?
Well, there was a couple things. So one of them, yes, was scouting. As those of you that know me know that I've been involved in Boy Scouts of America for about 20 years now. And at least 18 of those I have been teaching with University of Scouting and helping to develop the special needs program.
We've actually made some videos on that too, right?
Yeah, we did. And I think Steven's put them up. If you want to see them again, just, in your share and comment in the comments, let them know that you need to see them. But
I'll just leave an info card. Make things easier.
That too. And so anyway, but I've come to a point right now where the people that I used to teach are now themselves old enough and experienced enough and able that now they're teaching it, which is really, really exciting for me. Because, when you go out and you teach somebody, you're hoping that one, that two, the three people that you've taught have gotten the information and they can use it. But, when you teach one or two or three, and then they each go and teach one or two and three apiece, it's just mind-boggling, Stephen, what they're able to do. So not only are they teaching what we actually started together when he was a scout, but now they're adding their own experiences. And so special needs scouting is really taking off. And if you are in an area and you've got young boys and girls and you're wanting to get into scouting, but you always think, well, I'm not sure that you want my child has behaviors or other issues. You know what? Give scouting a chance. Look in their links and see what you can find out about their special needs units, because today it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's like a whole nother level of success when the people you teach are able to teach that stuff and make sure that the program and system lasts with or without you.
Correct, exactly. And so I'm very, very proud of how that's gone. So another thing that I've managed to do this year is the company that I work with, Interim Healthcare, had a school for people who wanted to become nursing assistants. Unfortunately, with the advent of COVID, they had to shut the school down because they didn't have an instructor and we weren't able to meet in person. Yes, COVID is still around. However, things have gotten a little bit better, and I was able to, with the school, with the owners, reopen the A+ Nurse Aid School, which for me is just perfect because, I'm that point of the career where it's really more important for me to teach people others to do what I know how to do, so that when I'm a mean old fart, that they now can take care of me. Okay? And don't say anything that I'm not there yet. I'm working on it. But
I wasn't going to say anything.
The bottom line is that
I was not going to say anything.
But the bottom line is, so it's been a really exciting, since May we opened up the school, and so I have been able to teach quite a few young people to become nursing assistants, certified nursing assistants. So if any of you out there are looking for a career, you're looking for a job, again, Stephen, you can get a hold of him and he can get a hold of me. If you're in the Colorado Springs or the Pueblo area, I would love to have you in my classroom, because as you know, healthcare needs all the help it can get, and nursing assistants and nurses are very, very in demand, and they're good paying jobs. So those are two things that we were able to get done. And then again, as we said earlier, I did a lot of traveling and had some we're going to call them adventures.
Yeah, it's always an adventure with you. Every single time you go to an airport, it's always some sort of adventure. With me, I never have that problem. I get to the airport 2 hours early, get through the security checkpoint, then I go to my appropriate gate, have a seat, and just enjoy the flight. The worst that's ever happened to me was earlier this year. I was getting on a plane, and all of a sudden we all heard a loud snap. Turns out the piece that connected the plane to the trailer vehicle that was supposed to move the plane out of the gate got broke. So we had to go back into the dock. We had to get the piece fixed. The people flying the plane had to fill out some paperwork, but then we were good to go. But you, on the other hand...
Why too boring when you can go exciting?
It's like no matter what she does, it's always something.
And for those of you know me, I'm not making this stuff up. You really can't. So, one flight that I went on, from the time it takes me to go from where I live in Colorado Springs to Denver's airport, it's about an hour, 15 minutes, give or take, with the traffic.
Sounds about right.
And so, one particular trip I was on, and I'm not going to say locations because I'll get them, mixed up. Oh, forgive me. It's been a long day. So, one particular trip, from the time that I left my house to the time I got to the Denver airport, Airline A sold the flight I was on to Airline B and Airline C.
So wait. They sold your flight?
Yeah.
I didn't think airlines would do that.
I didn't think so either, but...
I mean, I always flew with Southwest, so I guess I never noticed the difference, but didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
And you learned that the hard way.
Yes, I did. So I get there, and I'm like, okay, so they switched it to Airline B. No problem. I look, I find Airline B, I get on the plane. Or at least I think I'm getting on the plane.
You think you're getting on the plane.
Yeah, see, the ticket that I had for the flight was so that I didn't have to stick my arm out the window and help fly the plane.
What?
Because when I tried to get on the plane, I had to pay $25 for a seat.
$25 for a seat? So wait, the plane ticket didn't cover that. You had to pay $25 for a seat.
Yeah. It gets better.
Oh no.
Then, when I travel, I tend to pack very light. I don't like having big suitcases, so I have a little one, I drag behind me. You've seen it. It's not a big one.
Little suitcase and sometimes maybe a carry-on.
Yeah, pretty much. And so I'm getting ready to go down the walkway, and the man stops me. He goes, "Ma'am, where are you going with that?" On the plane that I have a ticket for that I just bought a seat for? And he goes, "No. You have to pay extra for that."
What? So wait, you had to pay extra for the seat and to bring the suitcase into the plane?
Yes.
Then what the hell was the ticket for? Oh, right, that.
So, I'm okay. I'm like ready to blow a gasket because it's late. I'm tired. I'm having trouble getting on this flight that I thought I had a ticket for.
But does it get any better?
Define better.
Right, continue with the story.
So, I'm getting on the plane, and there's this young man behind me, and he's pushing me. Turn around and I look at him like, dude, you do know we're both getting on the same plane. You do understand we're all going to take off on the same plane at the same time. And you do understand we're going to land at the same time and get to our destination at the same time. And he goes, huh. Not sorry. Not excuse me, just, huh. And I'm like, oh God, I'm flying with a rocket scientist. Okay.
And how old is this person?
Probably about your age.
And he's acting like that. Are you sure he wasn't in high school or early college or something? Right.
Right. So I figured, okay, I'm aggravated enough. I'm just going to let this go. I'm on the plane. Let's get ready to take off. And then my seat is doing this.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Guess who's sitting behind me?
That same person? That same person.
Same person. I don't know what the hell he's doing back there. It's not a kid, but I'm doing this in my seat. He had the tray down. I don't know what the hell he was doing. And I'm like, okay, I'm like so beyond aggravated. I turn around and I look at him, and that doesn't do any good. He's still doing what he's doing. Okay. Now, this is during the COVID time. I'm wearing a mask. Now, I am fully vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
However, as a nurse, I am exposed to a lot of people, and I can in turn expose others. So even though I am fully vaccinated, when I'm in the airline, I will wear a mask. Now, I'm aggravated because everything that's happened. I'm aggravated because I'm doing this. And now there's a woman sitting over in the aisle, up one seat.
Mm-hmm.
And she started... Now, you notice my hand didn't go up. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, really? Really? You didn't learn how to put your hand in front of your mouth?
Oh, no.
Well, I'm doing this.
Oh, jeez.
But it gets better.
How?
We landed.
Oh, yeah, that gets better, yeah.
No.
Why?
See, there was a connecting flight.
Okay.
We landed in Chicago. Now,
Right.
for those of you who've ever flown into Chicago, it's a fairly large airport.
Kind of big as the Denver airport, or?
No, I think it's bigger.
Okay.
Although I don't know. I'm not, but I think it is.
Maybe it felt bigger because you were so exhausted.
That could be.
Okay.
So we landed at gate A1. Okay. And now, because my ticket and everything on my phone is not accurate, I have to look on the board, and it says that I have to go to D42 for the second part of the flight.
And you were at which gate?
A1. So I get over there, my heart's going boom, 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 and I'm breathing like this because,
I mean, isn't there some sort of transport thing in the airport that would get you there?
Yeah, but I had to run to those, to ride those, to run to the next one, to ride to that. I get down there. I made it in time.
Okay.
In time for the board to flip and say the gate was rerouted
Oh, no.
to A2.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So, here we go again. Back to the same place that I started. I'm just hoping that Mr. not there because I don't want to do this on the next flight. So, I get all the way back there, and I'm like, okay, I made it. I'm here. And we get on the flight.
Right.
And it was a wonderful flight. I got where I needed to be.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
It was a great flight.
No adventures, no mishaps, none of that.
Well,
No.
after all the running
No.
and wearing the mask,
No.
I was a little on the dry side.
Oh, no.
And so I thought, well, I'm just going to ask the steward for a glass of water.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
No. You'd like to think. The guy in front of me, he beat me to it.
Okay.
And he asked the steward for a glass of water. He brought him a cup like this, about 3 ounces.
Yeah.
Charged him $3.50.
$3.50 for that? No. No. Okay, so put that in retrospective. When it comes to an airport, for that same price, you would get a much bigger water bottle. You're telling me you have to pay the amount for this for the amount of that.
Tap water.
It wasn't even like sparkly water or any special water. It was just tap water for $3.50.
I waited another 2 hours to get something to drink.
Well, at least the flight didn't get any worse. Mother.
No, it was good.
Okay, good. Okay.
But as soon as we landed, I had to go get something to drink and to go to the bathroom because I wasn't getting up out of my seat because I was afraid of this.
Yeah, exactly.
So that made for a very interesting flight.
Yeah, interesting being the right word.
So I can't wait for this year to see what happens. So, should we talk about some of the things we're looking forward to, Stephen?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that and not get any more airport shenanigans. I mean, I know with you probably can't help yourself.
No promises, folks. We'll keep you posted.
So, I actually am trying to set a few things up to go with what's coming up next year. Like, one of them is we're going to get in touch with Guiding Bright Minds and see how we can collaborate together. And also been trying to get in touch with one of my former bosses, Mr. Ken from the Umbrella Syndicate, and see what we can work out from there. Like, I used to be a freelance photographer for them, and it's not like we had a fallout or anything. No, far from it. It was just the work stopped coming in. Simple as that. And we were moving from Maryland to Colorado, so I guess I couldn't really do the freelance photography stuff for someone all the way in Maryland. So, yeah. But
That would have been one heck of a drive, dear.
yeah, but who's paying the gas? Not me.
Me.
Yeah, so we're going to be getting in contact soon. See what we can work on. But one of the biggest projects I want to work on is actually not my own. It's actually from an old high school friend of mine, David. And he's working on his own business called Tiny Dragon's Treasure Trove.
And
they're
so cute.
Yeah, I did a podcast on that a while back, kind of give a bit of an introduction. And what he's doing right now, he has a few set of sensory toys already, but what he's trying to do now is get his flagship project off the ground, and that is plushie dragons. And what's unique about these is not only just the design, but throughout the different parts of the plushie dragon, there are different materials, different textures, per se. So it kind of plays around with sensations and really help special needs individuals, relax, unwind. And
they're so cute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've shown her pictures of it. And in addition to these sensory plushie dragons, there are also some books that are going to be going alongside the plushie dragons. Not just as like a marketing strategy, sell the books, sell the dragons, but it also, each book would tell a story about certain dragons. Like, one of them is about a water dragon, another one's about a shadow dragon, another one could be about some other dragons, something to coincide with the dragons and give them a bit more character, if you will.
And emotion.
Right, character.
Shows a lot of emotion.
Yeah, characters, emotions, and I think this is a brilliant idea. So I want to be working with him on quite a few things, like maybe I can lend in my voice for getting him some audiobooks, because those usually go well. And next week, we're actually getting some samples from David in terms of like the dragon plushies themselves. So next week, we'll be having an unboxing video of that, and you'll be able to see these for the very first time. Very first time. We've seen the designs, we love it, and next week, we're going to show it to you. Like, this is like first access. You're not going to be able to see this anywhere else except Tostemac. Exactly.
Stephen, I was thinking about something. You might want to talk to David while he's writing these stories and these books. Maybe he might consider doing some audio books, and we could be the voices of the different dragons.
That could be an idea, yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, we could talk to him about that. But it's like, my YouTube channel is continually growing. That's awesome. I hope to grow it more. But I also want this project in particular to succeed as well, because the more David told me about this, the more I was like, hey, I can get behind this, because I can see this becoming a popular brand. I can see a lot of people, getting into this.
And it's got the mom's stamp of approval.
Yes, that is also important. So really, what I'm looking forward to next year is not just helping my own projects to succeed. It's also about helping other projects to succeed. Start something and work from the ground up. Start forming the network, start forming the partnerships. See how far we could take this. Because, we also want to work with Guiding Bright Minds, and there are a couple other groups and organizations that want to work with us as well. So we really want to make something happen.
So I think that 2023 is looking to be very positive. I will have some travels to do. I have a goddaughter who is near and dear to my heart who is going to be getting married. So hopefully I'll talk him into doing some of the pictures and videography for me. And, she might be willing to share so you can enjoy in some of that.
Well, you know what they say, money talks.
And Mommy walks.
Yes, Mommy walks from one gate of the airport to another gate of the airport.
No, I generally run. It's faster to get there. But yes.
Well, I just hope that when we go to that, I really hope we don't have any of those misadventures. Because again, I get to the airport, I go to my destination just fine. You get to the airport.
And it's an adventure.
Exactly.
Now, you let us know if you've ever had an airport adventure. I'm sure you've got just as funny a story to share.
Yeah, it'll probably make Mom feel better about her misadventures.
So, yes, so we do have quite a bit planned ahead.
Are there anything that's coming up on your end?
So, I'm hoping to expand the school.
Okay.
So that's one thing. In scouting right now, I want to see how the people that I taught, how they're going along. And, we'll see. Maybe I might start thinking about retiring from scouting. We don't know.
You sure
it depends
about
on
that?
how they're doing. Well, I've been at it for 20 years.
Yeah, you've been at it for a very long time. And I'm sure the Special Needs Scouting Committee and the Boy Scout Association really love having you around.
Yeah.
Despite your airport misadventures.
So that's true. And through my scouting sons, I've got a new grandson that I'm just dying to get out and see.
Just for a bit of clarification.
Scouting sons.
Yeah, just so you know. It's not like me, Thomas, or Daniel are having any kids anytime soon. It's just friends who are considered like family since we've known them for a long time.
We call them Rent-A-Brothers.
Yeah, that's it. Rent-A-Brothers.
They're Rent-A-Brothers. But so their children I do consider as my grandchildren because they have been around me and I do love them dearly. And so I've got some very beautiful granddaughters from these very same children. And now I've got a very, very good looking little grandson. So I anticipate some more traveling back to Baltimore to visit with them. And, I guess I'm going to wait and see with Thomas now graduating to see what kind of shenanigans he gets involved with. Because somehow I always seem to get involved with what you're into. And I suspect I'm probably going to get involved in what Thomas is into.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Thomas is going to do next year. I don't think he has any plans in particular, per se. He just graduated from a university, so that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Now his next thing is trying to find a new job. Ideally, a new job in the area that he's earned his degree in, since that'll help. It'll be better pay, and it won't be like working at a McDonald's. And yes, he has worked at a McDonald's. He hates it. I would hate it. And he doesn't work there anymore.
Correct. So, but as far as I know, that's pretty much our plans for the coming year.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. What kind of plans do you have? Do you have anything special or wonderful coming up? Are you working on any projects that you want to share with Steven?
Are you going to be going to an airport? If so, make sure she's not with you. Trust me, you'll save yourself a lot of headaches.
Oh, but you'll have so much fun. And you'll think of all the great stories you'll have.
Pretty sure you weren't having fun during the phenomenon.
If I've learned anything in life, stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff happens to all of us. It's not the stuff that happens, Stephen. It's how you respond to it. And yes, it was very aggravating. Yes, I was very frustrated. But in the back of my mind, I kept in there that, you know what? I wasn't going to let them ruin my day. So when I landed at my final destination, I was happy to be there. I was happy to see the people I was going to visit.
You were happy that the nonsense was over.
Yes, I was. But look at us now. We have something to laugh about.
Yeah, now we have something to laugh about.
Now we have something to laugh about.
So there may be a few other things down the road, like next year, anything could happen. We don't know. So
he could find a girlfriend.
You see what she does? You hear what she does? Not holding back whatsoever. She just puts it out there.
Ta-da!
Great. Next thing you know, I'll be having to do a podcast with you about autism and dating. Probably look up statistics on... Stop it! She keeps torturing me.
It's a mother's true delight.
Yeah. So, I guess we should go ahead and wrap up the podcast here. It's a little bit shorter than usual, but we're just wrapping up the year, just doing a basic recap. And next week, we'll be having that special unboxing video, so don't miss it.
I can't wait to see them. I want to cuddle them because they're so cute.
Yeah, trust me, you do not want to miss this video. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon, so that way you can know as soon as the video becomes available. Because remember, you're not going to see this anywhere else. You're only going to see it for the first time in real life right here.
Mm-hmm. And then you can let Steven know what you think about them, and he can let Dave know what you think about them, and we'll just have to wait and see how this works out.
Yep.
I'm excited, guys.
Absolutely.
2023 is going to be a good year. Positive thoughts.
And then fast forward to a few months later, Mom's having more shenanigans at the airport.
Of which we'll build more stories.
This better not be another podcast where it's all about your misadventures.
Well...
Mother! You're supposed to stay out of trouble, not get back into trouble.
Yeah, I'm old enough I can do both.
Sad thing is, I know she means it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so... thank you very much for watching the podcast, and as always, for supporting Tostemac and all the other things we've been working on. It's truly been an eventful year.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly been interesting.
Yes. And what we'd both like to do is to wish everyone that's listening a happy and healthy holiday, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah,
Kwanzaa,
Elid, whatever you celebrate. We wish you happiness, joy, good health, and prosperity. And may 2023 truly be a good year for you.
Yep. And as usual, we usually take the month of January off to take a break from content creating so we can take a breather, maybe come up with some new ideas and come back fresh and new. There actually are a couple of new things I want to try with the content. And what I'll probably be doing on the YouTube community post and also the Facebook post is do a little poll to see, would you like this, yes or no? Would you like that, yes or no? Because I want to be trying some new things. Change things up a little bit. It's not like I'm going to try every single effect and try to cram it all into one video. No. Things are going to change, but it's not like it's going to be constantly adding on and on and on until it's too much stuff. No.
He's going on and on and on. No.
You're not really helping, Mom.
I love you.
Love you too. But throughout the week of January, I'll be making polls and posts about what kind of stuff you would like to see from Tostemac videos going forward. So, I hope you look forward to that. I hope you look forward to 2023. Thank you so much for watching this podcast. And as usual, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, all that good stuff. And stay tuned for next week.